It's not every day that a young artist from New Zealand rises to become a phenomenon shaping the global music scene. Today, we'll explore the real identity of Lorde, whose name has recently made headlines once again, the deep meaning behind her stage name, and her latest move in the music world. So, who is the person behind the name that has captivated millions? And why, after all these years, has she once again drawn the world's attention? The answer comes with her new album, Virgin. On stage, Lorde has always projected a strong persona, while her melodies often served as a mirror reflecting the mood of a generation. But the name by which we know her worldwide is not her real name. Born in 1996 as Ella Marija Lani Yelich-O'Connor, this young woman began her journey from the quiet streets of Auckland to the international arena at a very young age. At just 16, she chose a name that would one day dominate the global stage, Lorde. But this wasn't a random pseudonym. It carried a fascination with aristocracy, grandeur, and timeless impact. The word Lorde conveyed nobility and authority she wanted to embody even at a young age. Yet, the name needed a touch. By adding an E at the end, she made it more feminine, softer, and uniquely her own. Today, Lorde returns to the stage with her fourth studio album, Virgin. Departing from the acoustic, minimalist tones of the solar power era, she embraces the rich textures of synth pop and dance pop. Early reactions suggest that this might be her boldest album yet. Upon release, it immediately topped the charts in Australia, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and Austria, and reached number 2 on the Billboard 200 in the United States. But is this transformation merely a musical shift, or part of Lorde's journey to redefine her identity? One question stands out. Why would an artist set aside her real name in favor of such a strong and symbolic stage name? Is it just a marketing move, or a reflection of a deeper personal manifesto? Lorde herself is quite clear on this. Even at a young age, she wanted to leave a timeless, aristocratic, and powerful impression. The interesting part of this story is that her stage name is not just a name. It symbolizes her artistic vision, courage, and creativity. Before we continue, if you enjoy diving behind the scenes of the music world, uncovering striking transformations, and discovering artists' true stories, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because shortly we'll go deeper than ever before, from the origin of Lorde's stage name to behind-the-scenes strategy of the Virgin album. And believe me, the next insights will surprise both music lovers and culture enthusiasts. When Lorde stepped onto the global music stage, she was still in her teenage years. Her debut album, Pure Heroine, released in 2013, catapulted her to international fame. But one detail stood out. No one knew her real name. Ella Marija Lani Yelich-O'Connor only appeared in official documents and a few biographical notes. On stage, she presented herself entirely as Lorde. Was this choice only about privacy, or part of a larger strategy? For a young artist, performing under one's real name can often be a disadvantage. Aggressive media coverage, quick exposure of private life, even possible leaks from past school friends. Lorde foresaw these risks early on. Moreover, the name Ella Yelich-O'Connor was difficult to pronounce and remember in the international music market. To create a brand, you need a strong, clear, and symbolic name. This is where her fascination with aristocracy came into play. As she often mentioned in interviews, she had been fascinated by nobility, lords, dukes, and barons from a young age. The timelessness, power, and authority associated with these titles perfectly matched her artistic persona. That's why she chose the word Lorde. However, adding an E to this masculine-sounding word was not just a feminine touch. It became a unique signature for branding purposes. Interestingly, Lorde made this decision at only 16. Before stepping onto the world stage, she had already developed a mature strategy for how she wanted to present herself and the impact she wanted to leave. Perhaps that's why Royals became a global hit overnight. Behind the song was not just music, but a confident, powerful identity. So, what advantages did the stage name bring her? First, it helped her quickly gain international media attention. It also created a sense of mystery, as people constantly wonder about her real name, keeping media interest alive. But this came at a cost. The line between her real life and stage persona grew thicker over the years. This duality profoundly influenced her subsequent art, especially the lyrics of the melodrama era. By 2025, Lorde's new album Virgin surprised both fans and critics. After the natural and minimalistic style of Solar Power, this album marked a complete transformation. Dramatic synth-pop tones, energetic dance-pop rhythms, and bold electronic layers heralded her artistic rebirth. But was this shift only a musical choice? No! It was perhaps the most personal expression of her career. The album title, Virgin, evokes purity, beginnings, and rebirth. Yet there's an ironic layer. Lorde was now an experienced figure in the music industry. But with this album, she sent a message as if starting everything anew. In an interview, she explained, "I'm starting a new cycle in my career. I'm leaving behind old habits, limitations, and fears." First week sales immediately reflected the success of this strategy. 71,000 equivalent units, including 31,000 physical copies, the highest commercial start since the melodrama era. Moreover, the album reflected a deep transformation in its content. Themes such as urban life, gender identity, desire, and freedom dominated the songs. Singles like What Was That, Man of the Year, and Hammer built bridges across different moods. How did her stage name and identity manifest in this album? Quite clearly. Although known for her aristocratic and noble image, this time Lorde presented a more raw, honest character. Virgin could be read as both a noble title and a story of surrender. In other words, the narrative that began with her name gained a new layer of meaning through this album. One of the most critical factors in an album's success is the live performance. Lorde chose to support the Virgin album not with an ordinary tour, but with a globally impactful ultrasound world tour. This tour is not just a series of concerts. It's a theatrical presentation of Lorde's artistry. Starting September 17th, 2025 in North America and ending February 25th, 2026 in Oceania, the tour will feature 53 arena shows, 26 in the U.S. and Canada, 19 in Europe, and 8 final concerts in Australia and New Zealand. This schedule marks one of the most ambitious and intense tours of her career. Leaked reports from tour preparations indicate that the stage design directly connects to the themes of Virgin. The concerts will feature both classic hits, Royals, Greenlight, Solar Power, and new tracks. Most strikingly, the shows will have a theatrical narrative flow, with each section representing a specific theme. What's behind this global strategy? First, after stepping back from the spotlight in recent years, Lorde aims to reclaim her status as a global phenomenon. During the Solar Power era, she appealed to a niche audience. Now, she wants to return to the mainstream center. To achieve this, music, stage show, visual design, and social media strategy are all intertwined. Interestingly, the name Lorde is no longer just a stage name. It has become a cultural phenomenon. The ongoing discussion about her real name, Ella Marija Lani Yelich-O'Connor, is not just curiosity. It reflects a conflict of identity. Fans believe that knowing an artist's birth name makes them more real. Lorde's strategy, however, works in the opposite direction. The mystery fuels intrigue. This is an important lesson for young artists. A name is the cornerstone of an artist's brand. Lorde built hers with an aristocratic aura. As she often remarks in interviews, "People are surprised when they learn my real name, but it doesn't bother me. Lorde is a character I created, and this character gives me freedom." With Virgin, this concept of freedom becomes even more significant. The lyrics explore female identity, individual desires, and societal pressures. Ironically, the power of the title Lorde contrasts with the purity and vulnerability represented by the word virgin, creating a striking tension. Here, the stage name becomes not just a name, but an artistic manifesto. Upon release, Virgin received broad attention from critics. Some viewed it as Lorde's boldest career move. Others argued she returned to her old style for commercial reasons. The truth is in the numbers. 71,000 equivalent units and 31,000 physical copies in the first week is a strong start in today's digital-focused music market. Billboard described the album as a bridge between early synth-pop nostalgia and modern experimentalism. Pitchfork praised its structural coherence, though noting that some songs felt unnecessarily dramatic. Both, however, acknowledged Lorde's artistic risk-taking and her challenge to pop music boundaries. From an industry perspective, this album proves Lorde is not just an artist, but a trendsetter. Synth pop and dance pop have recently been shaped by retro influences. Lorde has taken this trend into a darker, more theatrical, and more layered form. Her fan base has always been loyal yet critical. During the solar power era, some minimalist choices led to losing listeners. But with Virgin, those fans returned and a new wave joined. On TikTok, the dance versions of what was that trended, and Instagram aesthetics from the album garnered millions of interactions. The controversy around the word virgin also sparked widespread debate on social media. Some interpreted it as a manifesto of freedom. Others claimed it was a provocative marketing move. But even the debate itself became part of the album's promotional strategy. Lorde maintains a balance between distance and intimacy with her fans. When asked in pre-tour Q&A sessions why her real name is still a topic, she replied, "That name is my past. Lorde is my present. People want to see both together. But sometimes I choose not to build that bridge." For Lorde, Virgin is more than an album. It's a springboard. The Ultrasound World Tour, running through 2026, will provide substantial revenue and visibility. But the bigger question is, what comes next? Leaked industry reports suggest that she plans to establish her own production company after this album. She may also enter the fashion world more actively, and rumors hint at a perfume collaboration. Musically, the post-Virgin period could mark a new classics phase in her career, projects that create long-term cultural impact rather than just chart-topping hits. Special agreements with streaming platforms, documentary projects, and behind-the-scenes content appear to be part of this strategy. Here again, the stage name plays a key role. The Lorde brand is associated not only with music, but also with aesthetics and cultural identity, providing leverage in any industry she chooses to enter. Lorde's story is one of a young girl surpassing the dream of becoming an ordinary pop star to become a cultural icon. Her real name may be Ella Marija Lani Yelich-O'Connor, but the world knows her as Lorde. That name is not just a stage name. It symbolizes courage, creativity, and a strategic vision. Today, with the release of Virgin, she is once again in the spotlight. This album is more than a musical work. It is a manifesto about identity, femininity, freedom, and rebirth. The Ultrasound World Tour will show the impact of this era on stage in the coming months. And one thing is clear. Lorde is not just a musician. She is an artist building her own mythology. Now, I ask you, do you think an artist hiding their real name and reinventing themselves through a stage persona is a necessity or a form of artistic expression? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoy these deep analyses, remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. In the next video, we'll tackle some major current topics, so stay tuned.